Okay. Hope the syllabus is visible for you guys. So we're going to start on the second cycle, which is about water disposal or sewage. So what are the drainage systems and what are the different types of drainage systems and what are the pros and cons of it is what we're going to look into. So typically there are four types of drainage systems which are used. One is a single stack system, one pipe system, one pipe partially ventilated, and two pipe system. So as a part of sanitation, it is important that the sewage system needs to be well planned up for the quick disposal of the waste matter and to have a very hygienic condition. So earlier days with the sewage, the drainage system, it used to be taken as the waste from the closets, or we call it as a night soil, used to be taken on a pans and then taken through a dump carts and then disposed of the city or town's limit, buried underground to make as manure. That's an earlier, very primitive form of sewage. But later, now we have come through a lot of iterations. And why do we have four different systems? Is again, if you look into each of the system, these have come through different points of time. What is a single stack, and then a one pipe, then a one pipe partially ventilated, and the two pipe system. And before getting into these, there are a few other basics you need to know about plumbing. Hope you guys have heard of something called trap. What is a trap in plumbing? TRAP.
No, sir.
You guys haven't heard of it? Yes. Someone knows. Yeah, please share your thoughts, ideas. Someone was about to give a voice on that. Any clue on what a traps are? Where is it used? Anything? Okay, have you looked at, if at all, you would have noticed under your wash basins, your sinks, there will be a pipe which comes as a extruded portion and then takes a U and cuts back to the wall. Having noticed it?
Yes, sir.
There'll be bends. Okay. So traps are nothing but they are called water seals. What a trap does is it's going to hold a sufficient amount of water in the curve. So what happens with this water stagnant in that part is, so whenever there's going to be a water going to be disposed, a part of the water is going to be taken out. Most of the water will be taken out, but the level of the trap would be same. I'll show you. Right now, I'll just give you an oral idea on what it is. So in this way, any contamination or smells from the any gases from the main drainage so doesn't turn back inside the place. So this is put up in almost all the, it is put up in all the drain outlets. So which means your wash basins got them. If you see your Western closets, they have urinals got, even in a bathrooms, the flow, there are flow traps also. So first thing for today would be, I'll show you what are the traps. Just get an idea of what are the traps and then we can go about with the drainage system because it will give you a better understanding of it. So I've given you an introduction. This is just an online content I'm sharing you. Okay, so are you able to see the screen? Okay. So what is the, as I have given you the explanation, but again, reading through what's available on the content, the traps are simple water and sewer gases. A trap is a plumbing device used to prevent smell, bacteria, also insects from entering into your homes. That is what they mean is from the main drains. Every water using appliance or fitting has a drain line to flow out the wastewater, and you must have a trap in the pipe that seals the drain. So I'll quickly show you what exactly. This is a gully trap. This is what I was trying to say when regarding the wash basin. You should have noticed something like this underneath it. S traps, your Western closets, they'll have. This is one example of a flow trap. The A is the top portion. So what happens in a trap? I'll just show you a working principle. There are different. Yes. Okay. So this is a function of what a trap is. On to the right side, if you see what exactly. So what happens here is there is a there is something called inlet which is shown on the top on the image. Just open up the image. Okay, fine, better. So now take on to the left side, which is the inlet from the top, and that is where the water is flow. Example, I'll put this as a wash basin. The inlet is where our wastewater comes in from. The wash basin, it comes out technically, and it goes in. And you see a curve, which is a P trap. This is a P trap because shaped like a P. And then on the outlet pipe, there is a level difference. So we know that water maintains the level on equal sides till the exit point. So this becomes a sealing agent. So when there is a excess water which is going to come in, the water on the top portion is going to be replaced with water at the bottom. So with this way, there is a constant seal, water seal in this U. So this is what prevents any foul smell from the drain pipe or any insects to move out from the right side, which is where the connected to the main outlet to get into our homes. Normally, at times when the houses, a few places, a few hotels, when we visit, we find the toilets to be quite smelly, and at times the smell elevates and comes back. So in these cases, what happens is there might be a failure with the trap system what they are using. It's not that they don't have a trap at all. Probably at some point of the trap, the water might have the pipe might have broken, and the water is not being stagnating up. So that's the reason we probably at times we feel that smells when we walk into a restroom. So this is the function of the trap. Here, there are various types of trap. So what does a trap do? Trap are designed to prevent sewer orders from entering the home through plumbing fixtures. Every time we use a fixture, we flush out the water that is formed. It's all the theory part. You can read it. Okay, so what are the common traps we use? Is the flow trap, which we see in the floors. Gully traps, which are provided outside the building. The P traps, what we use for the appliances, fixtures, bathroom fixtures, S trap, and a Q trap. So each of these are used in different functions. So why am I putting up these traps as a important content before starting off with what are our different plumbing systems? I'll tell you. So what happens is in a single pipe system, normally, as I told you, all of these sanitary fittings will have a trap. That's how it prevents all those smells and insects from getting in. So I'll tell you what exactly happens here. So in a single stack system, there is one pipe. There is one pipe which is connected to your wash basin, western closet, a bathtub, or a urinal. Anything, any of these appliances in a single flow, it's connected through one pipe and it's taken out. Okay. Here, this single pipe acts as a means to carry out all the sewage disposal as well as the ventilation required. What happens when the pipe is not ventilated? What happens? There's a vacuum which forms in. There's no movement of water or any solids. There's going to be a solid vacuum. So this single pipe, here normally these pipes would be 100 mm or 4 inches in dia. These are the pipes which will be used. And so a waste or single pipes, a single stack system, there's one pipe which is got, which does the ventilation and which takes all the soil, the waste soils also. And it's taken through the manhole, connected to the main sewer. So this was one of the earliest and the much, this is a very cost effective because you're hardly using much pipe. So the later developments, as I told you, from what has been from the primitive and with a lot of these experience, probably there is one case of any solid being blocked on the way. So which is going to affect the total flow of it. And at times it can lead to a vacuum stage if it's not affecting the ventilating pipe. The ventilation here in this pipe, the wastewater pipe would be at the top. I'll show you how that works also. Next comes the next iteration of this is a one pipe system. So in the one pipe system, what is happening is you have one waste pipe, wastewater pipe, where all the waste is getting collected. And you have a separate dedicated ventilation pipe. To present, to the reason why we are going to use all of this is, I think, okay, another one part also I need to tell you. At times when you use appliances, not appliances, sanitary fittings, without much ventilation, there are chances that the water trap, or the water seal might carried out and it might go off. So normally a ventilation system is enabled for the smooth functioning of the water seal to be permanently stagnating at the traps. So that is the only reason the ventilating pipes are dedicated and they are connected to each of the sanitary fittings like wash basins, western closet, and the floor traps, so that in the traps the water doesn't siphon out. Siphoning means totally removing the water from a place is siphoning, wherein we don't want to do that. We enable a ventilation pipe so that the water, whenever there is a water replace, there is another set of new water getting present there. So a one pipe system does this. So what you have to consider here is, I'll tell you what is the main consideration I'll take here is our western closet, which is going to have the solid waste, urinals, our kitchen, our flow traps, water we use for bathing. All of these are taken through one pipe, taken to the manhole, and then to the sewer. A later development of this system is much more to make it a much more efficient functioning. In a two-pipe system, they brought in a two-pipe system. So here, what has happened here is there are dedicated two waste pipes. One waste pipe would cater to the water closet and the urinal alone, which is totally substance which is not going to be used, which definitely needs to be taken to the drains. And you have another separate pipe, waste pipe, which will cater to your floor trap, your wash basins, your kitchen sinks, and all of any other. So normally the solid waste, liquid waste, what we tend to call as from the urinals and the western closet, the waste goes into one pipe, and another set of segregated waste, which is comparatively much more safer waste, is taken to a separate pipe. The reason this has been done again is for the efficient flow, and normally in houses, we don't have to worry about a one pipe system most likely will do the job. But in cases of apartments and all, definitely a two pipe system would be required because there's going to be excessive load taken up in all these systems. And each of these waste pipes will have their separate ventilating pipes. As I already told you, the ventilating pipes are just to make sure the water seal in the traps are not to be removed out, and for a much easier functioning of the traps. These system, the two pipe system is considered to be slightly costly because it requires more material to work with. And a one pipe partially ventilated system, here is, this is not much different. This is more like a combination. So what happens is a vent pipe, as in like in the case of a single stack system, all our sanitary fittings outlets are connected to the waste pipe. But what happens in the partially ventilated system is it is almost same as a single stack system, except western closet and the urinals ventilation alone is taken up through a separate ventilated pipe. That is the only difference here. So it's most likely like a single stack system, except this one part alone is different. Wherein ventilation pipe is dedicated only to the western closet and the urinal. So we'll quickly see what are the precautions of each of them. You guys have any doubt as of now? Guys, as of now, yeah, before I want to just read out the notes for each of these piping systems. Is there any queries with the system?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. This is not very complicated, but this is one important question you might expect for your 16 marks. So I'll just quickly read through the content. Okay. So what are the precautions need to be looked into the one pipe system is all the joints of waste pipe should be airtight. Yes. Each waste pipe should be connected to the common stack directly. So, okay, that is each of the sanitary fittings pipe. The vent pipe diameter should be 50 mm. What is the waste pipe diameter? You're there speaking of vent pipe. What is the waste pipe diameter I mentioned? 50 mm. The waste pipe is normally 100 mm. So I have an idea. The waste pipe is 100 mm. The vent pipe is 50 mm. Waste pipe should join the stack above the soil branch and heat flow. All the traps should be provided with a deep water seal of not less than 7.5 centimeter or 3 inches. So this is the reason why I brought in the traps earlier, so that to have a better understanding of this. Two pipe system, not much is given about the precautions. One pipe partially ventilated system, it should be provided. It's also pretty much the same, not much. Okay, this is one thing. Yes, for all of these sanitation part, there needs to be a very gradual slope which needs to be provided for the pipes to be having a natural gravitational flow. So the ratio is given as 1 is to 12 to 1 is to 48. That is, from, you can take it up to whatever range you want to take it. So if you take 1 is to 48, that would be a very gradual slope for which the water would be, any of the sewage content would be taken through the gravity, natural gravitational. So, yes. So with this, we are Okay. So we are done with the system, sewage systems. I'll just want to start off with another small topic before we want to wind up the session for today. Okay. So in this, we have completed the first few contents of system of drainage, single sac system, the one pipe, and the two pipe system. Now I'll just start on what is about water recycling, and probably in the next class we look into what are the wastewater treatments. Okay. So this I take it as a domestic water supply, or even if you can look into institutional water supply. So what is about water recycling? Water recycling is basically you have in a sewage. There are two types of water. One is the gray water, another is the black water. What is the black water is any water what you get from the closet. Water closet is all your black water. Anything from the you can take even if you want the urinals also acceptable, but still the urinal and the closet we can consider as a black water. And anything which is taken from the floor trap or a kitchen waste or a bathing area, these would be taken into gray water. So the initially when the recycling systems came in earlier, it's only the gray water. As I told you, in this kind of system, when you're thinking of water recycling, it's very ideal that we go for a two pipe system, whereas the one pipe which is going to carry all your soil waste of water closet as well as your urinal is taken directly through the drainage and disposed of. Whereas another pipe which is going to contain water from your kitchen and your bathing area, could be washing clothes, all of these can be taken to a treatment plant which could be on site, and this water can be treated again and reused. But again, this reusable, even though it's going to be treated and it's going to be clear, it is not to the standard. The water output what we receive would not be to the standard of a potable water. So it has got a limitation wherein this recycled water can be used for gardening, could be for maintaining a landscape, could be used for any utility function like washing of vehicles. And another one major water consuming function, which is flushing of a water closet. So with this limitation, we can use a water recycling system. So in the next class, what we'll do is we can go on in depth of what are the various water treatment methods. Is that fine? You guys have any queries as of now for today's session?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. If at all you have any queries, do let me know. Okay, we'll end the session for today. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.